What we're talking about today is sizing a ring. And one of the most important things to do when you're sizing a ring is make sure before you do anything that the ring is very, very clean. Because when using solder in a torch and applying a large amount of heat to the ring, any dirt that's on there is going to get cooked right into it, and it's going to be a nightmare to get it out. So, the first thing to do is make sure your ring is very clean. If you have an ultrasonic cleaner, let it sit in there for a long time, preferably in the order of hours, not minutes, and then steam it thoroughly so that you have no dirt, no oils, no dead skin, nothing underneath, especially on the stones, because that'll be the hardest place to get it off of. In fact, sometimes when you're trying to get it off, you'll actually have to remove the stones, and you want to avoid that at any cost. The next step is to determine exactly what type of metal the ring you're sizing is. Now, in the case of the ring we'll be sizing today, it's 14 karat yellow gold, which is probably the most common metal to be sizing. But exactly what type of metal it is will determine many of the different factors of how you're going to size it. For instance, if it were a silver ring, we would size it differently. White gold, platinum, rose gold, or if it were an 18 karat or 10 karat gold ring. In each one of these cases, you'll want a specific solder for that color and that carat of metal, or for that specific metal, in the case of silver, we use silver solder. And then in the case of platinum, you can use platinum solder, though I'm not a huge advocate of platinum solder. I recommend sizing with a laser welder, but that's a whole different story. One of the easiest ways to determine the metal of a ring is to actually look inside the ring for the hallmark. Because that's a large federal law to break by mishallmarking a ring, usually they're accurate. The ring that we're sizing today, which is 14 karat yellow gold, happens to be stamped 14K on the inside and is obviously yellow gold. Sometimes you won't have those markings, so you might have to actually use an acid test, or you'll have to determine it just by experience, by the weight and the color of the metal.